I have chosen a puddle to conduct my body of water for testing, and I will be labeling it as water body. I will be cleaning and rinse the bottles of water with distilled water and alcohol, making sure that all the dirt and bacteria are removed from the bottle of water. After I clean, I have the bottle of water and the top water. Here's my distilled water. After I have all the 3 bottles labeled, I will rinse the graduate cylinder with distilled water just to make sure it's clean. Have the bottled water, which I will place into the cylinder, 5 ml. I place that sample into the tube and I label it bottled water. Now I will clean the cylinder once again with distilled water. This time I have the top water, placing into the cylinder, making sure that it's 5 ml, and place it on the top water tube. Next, I will clean again the cylinder, and this time I will place the water label, 5 ml again, and place it on the tube that will be labeled water body. So at this moment, I have gathered, just as the explanation, the 3 tubes. I will be inserting the pills for the phosphate on all 3 cubes and setting the timer for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, which have been concluded, I've noticed that the water color is blue, stating that is an okay and poor ppm. Now I'm throwing it away to conduct the following experiment. Like I mentioned, I have noticed that it's blue water. For the bottled water is 1 ppm, for the water body is 4 ppm, and for the top water is 2 ppm. So after the experiment, I will need to begin removing the bacteria with the distilled water and the alcohol for the next experiment. So here I am showing the cleaning process. Again, just to make sure that there will be no bacteria for the following experiment. Paper towel, cleaning everything, making sure that everything is clean. And again, making sure that something is clean. Now for the following experiment, same thing. Using the water body, measuring it to 5 ml, and we'll be placing it on the tube. Here's the process where I am putting it in the tube and placing the nitrate tablet for the following experiments. Here I'm doing the same thing with the bottled water, and again placing the nitrate tablet. And after all that is conducted, I will begin placing the tablet on each of them. The reason why I'm doing this is so I can get all of them together and begin shaking each tube. Now I'm placing the WR tablet and shaking it again. So like I have mentioned before, first I place the nitrate number 1 tablet on each tube. Now I'm placing the WR tablet on each tube and shaking. It appears that the water is a little bit red and orange, but I will go ahead and set up the timer for 5 minutes. Now it shows that the 5 minutes is over. And again, I noticed that it is very poor water. The water was at 20, tap water was at 40, and bottle was at 40. I've cleaned with the detail and alcohol water. Now I'm placing the pH tablets into each tube. I will be shaking the tubes and waiting for dissolvement and waiting for the 5 minutes. That shows that the 5 minutes is over and the water shows that it's poor blue, which shows a 9 and a 10 pH. Now it will be the coliform bacteria. I am placing alcohol into the gloves. 48 hours have already been passed. So I will begin the experiment. I need to clean the tubes just to make sure that there's no bacteria and that they're all clean. Like I mentioned, 48 hours has passed as instructed, and making sure that it's all correct. Here I have the chloroform, and like it mentions, I need 1/2 into each tube. It will be a little bit difficult, but it could be done. I have placed the chloroform powder into each tube. Now I will place a little bit, or as stated, 1.5 ml of body water into each tube. Now I will place some of the bottled water as instructed. And finally, it will be the top water that I will be placing inside the tubes. I need to shake everything, making sure that everything is dissolved as proper. And here I will be placing again the top water. After everything was conducted, it does show that the water came out yellow. The top water came out dark, but the water body and the bottled water came out a little bit light of the yellow. Here I'm showing that I'm finally cleaning everything as instructor, and here shows the yellow water. Question number 1, I believe that the phosphate was the best and the coliform was the worst. For 2, I believe that the phosphate and the nitrate levels are not at risk, but the coliform is a major risk. For question 3, out of the 4 aspects of water quality that is at least to drink will be coliform. There was too much bacteria on all 3 samples. Question 4 is pH below 7 is acid and 9 is more basic. And 5 is the wastewater treatment plant discharge, filing, septic systems, and animal waste.